Okay, fingers crossed for no technical problems. Fingers crossed. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another Duran Duran deep dive. It just feels like it's been, I don't know, weeks, months maybe? And I think it has been weeks and months since I've filmed. Again, I'm so sorry. I just feel like I keep dropping off the radar and then not coming back to my series, which is 100% not something that I want to stop doing. So again, thank you for staying patient and thank you for tuning in. All your support is amazing. All your messages on Instagram with recommendations are amazing as well. I've truly appreciated them because I'm still trying to figure out where to go from here when we finished our little Duran Duran journey, because a lot of people say I'm a Duran Duran channel, which makes sense, but I would love to dive into other 80s artists, anything dreamwave, new wave, synth pop. I'm so massively into, and I just want to kind of keep that trajectory going for this channel. I know you guys have given me recommendations in the past. I have so many to go through, and I'm kind of circling a few different artists at the moment. Maybe I can run a little poll and just see what you guys would prefer. And then hopefully in the future we can just start branching out to other artists. And I'm super excited for the second to last deep dive video in our Duran Duran series. Unless they drop another album in the next 6 months, which they probably will, because I've heard a little something through the grapevine about a certain album that might be dropped very soon, and I'd be interested to know if that's gonna happen. So you guys have requested that I dive into this album, but not only that, I've had a few people message me. I've also had people comment on the channel to dive into the Future Past Deluxe Edition, and we're definitely going to do that in this video today. Pretty sure the Deluxe Edition is 15 tracks, so it's going to be a bit of a video. But yeah, let's have a little chat about the album itself. Already got it on the screen, thought I'd just keep it up from the get-go. I might make it a tad bigger. So guys, in this video, we are diving into Duran Duran's 2021 album, Future Past. And as mentioned before, it's the deluxe edition of the album that I will be listening to. Love the front cover. It's very dark and mysterious, and it actually reminds me of a cover of another album by an artist called Sidewalks and Skeletons. So I've just brought up the Sidewalks and Skeletons cover so you can see what I mean. They just both look very similar in a way. If you guys are into like dark electronic and witch house, you guys will love that album. It's called White Light. Don't mind me just pouring my tea into my favorite mug. By the way, guys, I am brushing up on my English accent, on my northern British accent, because my family are about to descend upon me. They're all coming over here and staying, and they all have really strong British accents. Yeah, there's a lot of me cussing in my old accent to see if I can brush up on it. So maybe my next video will be me speaking like I used to, like, can I have a latte? Anyway. So yes, guys, this album was released in 2021. The deluxe version was released in 2022, early 2022. 13 tracks, I think, the original album 15, the deluxe version. This album was produced by Duran Duran, of course, Mark Ronson, Erol Alkan, I hope I said his name right. This album was produced by our wonderful Mark Ronson, who is back for a third album, I believe. This is the third one he's worked on. There's also Erol Alkan. I don't know too much of Erol's work. And yes, Giorgio Moroder, the father of disco, worked on this album, and that is one of the reasons why I've been so excited to listen to this one. If Giorgio Moroder was on all the tracks, this is going to be an absolute standout, I think, in their discography. I haven't heard a single track off this album, bar the 2 tracks I think they performed during their Future Past tour in Manchester that I saw back in 2023. I can't recall exactly what songs they performed, so I'm going into this album completely blind. Don't know what to expect. Anyway, guys, I think we should dive into this album now. What do you think? So we're starting off with track number 1, Invisible. All of these track titles are in initial caps. I'm sure that was deliberate. I think they've done it with their new album too. Wow, I love the bass. Wow, that bass is so yummy. It's so clean. Like very minimal atmosphere, but just a nice, what sounds like a room verb on Simon's vocals. Love those whispers in the background too. Invisible. Ooh. And then that chorus just opens up. Oh. Is that a distorted pad? The woo, woo. What? Or if I become invisible. I don't think I got that right, but that was a bit of a twist and turn. The top line melody is lovely and they layer Simon's vocals. Ooh, so far, so good. There's a bit of a darkness and grittiness to it too, which I'm really feeling. Oh my god, this album! There's like this delay that just, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna have to go back to that afterwards and just enjoy that moment again. I appreciate a good vocal mix, okay? I love when the instruments go and the bass comes back in. Wait, what? Is that it? I think that was a very abrupt ending there, guys. Wow. That is a strong opener. I feel like it was a little quiet as well. I hope it's not too quiet on your guys' end. I have turned the volume up a bit as per feedback that you guys have given me, but like I said, a strong, strong opener. And there really wasn't like a lot of complexity to that track. It was just beautifully mixed. The variations in that track just had me hooked in. And then things that were so unexpected, like that drum. Was it like a drum on every beat or something? Sorry, again, I'm just not a drummer, so I'm still really bad with drums, especially in my own production. Yeah, there was just this do 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 invisible. It was something like that anyway. Loved it. And I'm pretty sure that one was a single. I will have to double back on the singles. You can fact check all this below. As you know, that rhymed. Amazing start, probably gonna only get better from here. Track number 2 is called All of You. I am unintentionally rhyming in this video. Nice. Oh, extra nice. So just very quickly, was it Paper Gods that kind of echoed Rio a little bit? So let me just rejig my memory just a little bit because it has been a little bit of a while since I've listened to it. Pretty sure Paper Gods was almost like a Rio 2.0. This one feels like a self-titled first album 2.0. It almost sounds like that atmosphere and sound, but just renewed. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that flavor. Yeah, there's definitely some disco flavor in this. Why do I feel like I'm listening to something from the 1970s? I love it. That high frequency, that little synth that sort of flourishes at the top end is just, whew, gives you chills. What? That was nice. Hang on a second, can Simon really go that low? Was that another vocalist, or was that Simon hitting those notes, or did they just put an effect on his vocal? I don't know, but that was, ooh, it's kind of haunting. I love it. This is hypnotic. Lovely.
In that we are music lovers, this much we've learned. I want everything, all of what
I love those little lips. I want everything. I need a disco ball in my studio. It just doesn't feel right without one. Listening to something like this. So I didn't really go too deep into Giorgio Moroder's work in the introduction of this video, which I'll sort of double back on now. Let's not forget he is credited as a producer on this album. And let's not forget he worked with Donna Summer, he's worked with Elton, I think he's worked with, gosh, trying to think, David Bowie, Janet Jackson, Falco. He even worked with Japan at one point. He's done film scores, he's done movie soundtracks. He's just fantastic, and I feel like I'm hearing that disco flavor coming through, but this to me is on a whole other level. We're only 2 tracks in, and so far I'm really digging this album. Again, I'm just not feeling like there's a lot of complexity or layers to the songs, but I feel like sometimes you just gotta keep it simple, simple structures, simple variations, and then of course those beautiful pads in that bridge section with that vocal that was just so hypnotic and sensual. Thought I'd mention as well, I've done a little bit of work to my studio. You can probably see in the background here, I have all of this lovely vinyl on the wall. We did this a few weeks ago. We put little vinyl holders on the wall. One of them's actually looking a bit crooked at the moment because they're being held on by 3M hooks. The foundations of this house are all steel, so if you try and drill a hole into the wall, you'll hit steel and you can't drill a hole, basically. So I just really hope there's no crash bang boom at some point in the future of one of those records falling down. So I'm going to fortify it as best as I can. There's a second tier going up above this one. We just haven't had a chance to put it up yet. I thought it'd be really cool to put some of my vinyl collection on display because I plan to make a bit more content around vinyl as well and really start diving into that world. But yeah, I think it looks really cool, and it's very different from the original backdrop that I was envisioning, but I think it fits really well. And then I've got a light strip in the background now around that shelf. It just definitely makes the studio pop a little bit more and gives it a bit more of a vibe. So track number 3 is called Give It All Up, featuring Tove Lo. You may be familiar with her and her work. She did skyrocket at one point years and years ago. I'm not sure what she's up to these days, if she's released anything new. I don't really follow her as much, but she's got a fantastic voice, so I'm looking forward to this one. Yes! Like Planet Earth, Tel Aviv. Any other song on the first album? Wow. Love this. It's got a bit of a dancey flavor to it, right? And those phaser flanges on the synths. I see what you're doing here, Duran. That's what I love. I just love that they can repurpose their sounds and inject them into a new album. Nice up. Wow. So many more layers come through there. Love that chorus. Love those layered synths and that it's almost like a soary, buzzy synth that comes through in that chorus. Something about it though in the tone and those vocals that just make it quite emotional. Especially the emotion in Simon's voice. See, she's just got such a great voice. Both duetting now. Their vocals sit really well together. Almost sounds like Simon's doubled. Like he's doubled himself, but it's actually her. This is yet another bridge that is hypnotic. She's really playing with that vibrato. Give it all up for you.
And the sun beats down on skin and ground.
Oh. Wow. Love the choice of the vocal melody there. Da 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 da. Vocal rhythms changed. Wow. This is gorgeous. Lovely string pad and arpeggiator playing on each other there. What is happening? Okay. Okay, that is gorgeous. We are using something from the first album, if not a couple of different synths from the previous album. Hold on, sorry, I think I paused it. No, I paused it right before Anniversary. Whew. Okay, so far, I've got to say, that is my favorite track. That track is at #1 spot. Stunning, stunning vocals, stunning pads, just gorgeously haunting and beautiful. And then you've got this dancey beat underneath it that just kind of keeps you going. But at the same time, their vocals are so drawn out and emotional. And there's this beautiful layering of both Simon and Tove Lo's voice, which again, like I said, they just seem to gel really well together, and I can see why they collaborated. Yeah, absolutely stunning. I'd be interested to know what you guys think of that one. Track #4 is called Anniversary. I feel like Anniversary is another single because I'm pretty sure they filmed a video for this one, and it was a pretty chaotic video from what I've heard. I haven't seen it. I promise I haven't seen it. I've been told I should go and watch it at some point. Anyway, Anniversary. Ooh! This is incredible.
Celebrate this union, come holy and unchained.
Yes, okay, yep. It's a deliberate thing. It's definitely deliberate.
Does it take beneath the skin to keep from letting go?
Woo! I hear this do 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 percussive sound in the background. It's very cool. Adds some nice rhythm. As well as the bass, of course.
Across the world, on radio, for anyone to hear.
I love that. Simon's high register in this. Fantastic. Ooh. Oh. So much funk in this. Fantastic. Oh. Again, like I said, this disco-y flavor that's still coming through, and then just a lot of those old school sounds and textures and pads. Yeah, see, woo. Ah. It's catchy, very catchy. Even the drums. A quick comment on those drums. It almost feels like they've mixed them to almost sound like what we would have heard in the first album. They're almost sitting in the mix like you would hear them way back in 1981. It really does echo them from their heyday. Maybe a little bit of that Rio flavor. Oh, just a little bit. Ooh. Nice. What is that in the background? Like almost like a distorted guitar. It's Simon's voice running through like an amplifier effect or something. That was cool, because for a second I thought it was a guitar, and then you hear it at the end and it's Simon. Very cool. That was a great track, but definitely hasn't surpassed the third track on the album. A lot of fun, a lot of rhythm, definitely very catchy because I was singing it throughout. And like I said, apparently the music video is pretty loose, so looking forward to that when the time comes. So I'm just back from a quick dinner break. We're moving on now to track number 5. It's called Future Past. Christmas! Oh, I got a Christmas vibe from this. Last Christmas. No, please don't. Please don't!
Rain streams down the window.
You guys are gonna come after me for that, I think. I think it's just those chimey bell synths.
You couldn't catch me then. If it's only memory echoing down.
The moment that that bass came in was just so lovely.
So don't you cry for what will never last.
Sorry, that was a jaw drop of a moment. Wow. That beat and then just, oh my goodness. How do I describe what just happened then? Wow. It's always these really melodic, ballady type tracks that speak to me, as you know. That's beautiful. Let's keep going.
Moment created in time. It's all a future
It does have a real like 80s ballady sort of flavor to it too.
change is coming.
I would love to know what synths Nick is using on this album. Like I said, I reckon it's some of the old analog synthesizers that he's using. Some of these pad sounds are just so beautiful. It adds so much texture. This is so good. Wow. Don't cry. It's almost like they're looking back on their career, like happy when you're moved to tears, but you're happy. That's kind of how I feel about this track and the message or the actual energy that they're trying to convey through this track. That's what I'm getting. Wow. I gotta say, I'm getting a little bit emotional at this one. Oh, that harmony. It's one of those songs that makes you sort of reflect. I'm going to bring up the lyrics. Just reading the lyrics. If all we are is memory, doorways on a garden, the flowers of a century, we are growing stronger. That is so stunning. Simon is such a great lyricist. you know, all those moments in your life and all those experiences that have shaped you as a person. And I've sort of had some experiences lately that have sort of kicked me into gear and made me realize, you know, that life is just so short. And I don't mean to get like deep and emotional after that, but you know, it was just one of those songs. Life is too short. It's too short to be scared. It's too short to not go after what you want. It's too short to not pursue your passions or do what makes you happy and be fulfilled. This is the power of music, guys. This is the power of music. We're moving on to track 6. It's called Velvet Newton.
This is how it starts.
Try to think whose voice was that. Was that John? Maybe that was John? You guys might know. Oh, maybe this is like an interlude? Can't go past a good interlude for Duran Duran. Oh my gosh. That pitch bendy bass, it really takes me back to Tiger Tiger. That sounds familiar. Goes out tomorrow and buys whatever synthesizer this is. This album is just... It's definitely the same synth that was used in the first album. I'm sorry, I just cannot for the life of me recall what it was, and I could probably just quickly bring it up right now if I wanted to. I do want to keep moving through this album because it is a long one. But yeah, look, just going back to these interludes in their more recent albums, they've brought back these really cool experimental interludes and Nick just goes wild. Anyway, track number 7, guys, Beautiful Lies. Another song that really reminds me of Hold Back the Rain because of that arpeggiator.
You walked into this plastic paradise. Deceiver or truth dealer, you decide. How do I survive in your beautiful dream? In your beautiful life.
Love the backing vocals. So weird, I just flashed to Gary Newman right then with some of those pads. This is some analog work.
What does it mean? How do I survive?
Oh, this track is pumping. I love this one. Oh. I feel like there's a lot more oomph in this section from the drums. Ooh. Did he just say you taste like cherry ice? It almost sounded like a plucky synth pad at the very end there. I can like tap into a lot of these sounds on Analog Lab, Arturia's Analog Lab, because they emulate a lot of analog synthesizers, hence the name. I think you have to buy a lot of the actual presets or the actual synthesizer itself in a digital format. And I know a lot of people are against that. They're like, just get the real synth. It's like, do you see how much room I have in here? You have to mount these things against the wall. And I think a lot of people know how much a single synthesizer can cost. So it's a very expensive hobby. Anyway, that was a fantastic track. Yeah, just the rhythm, the groove, it was just, ooh. Just a lovely dancey track to break up to some of the more emotional ballady tracks that we have. Pretty standard as we've seen across a lot of the albums. We're heading into track number 8. It's called Tonight United.
Hey now, if you are a child of the world, born to build bridges.
It's almost like a D tune on that pad of Nick's. Nice hook. Oh. John. Love how he had his own little moment there. That was great. Oh, that sweep and the arpeggiator on top of it or beneath it. This is catchy too. I do want to sing along. Nice. I was actually waiting for something like that at the end there, with taking away those instruments and just having the vocals together just at the very end as an outro. Yeah, really nice. Felt kind of short, that one. Yeah, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. It just felt a lot shorter than that, funnily enough. It definitely won't make the top 3, but there was some really nice synth work on that one. That bass moment. Whoo! We're moving on to track number 9 now. It's called Wing. W-I-N-G, in case my accent throws anyone off a little bit. I think that guitar is fantastic, but just a little tiny bit more reverb on that. Ooh. I'm trying to think of, there's like a subtle verb. The low end in this is beautiful.
A hungry demigod that will not be denied. Where does she sleep? And where does sleep find she?
The key of this one makes it slightly moody.
Maybe I want my bitter visions to come real.
It's tracks like this we just really get to listen and appreciate Simon's voice.
Jail called jealousy. On a wing of innocence, fly me out of here. Surrender faith, but I'm holding red.
Lovely. Lovely layering and textures again. Oh. The guitar is really lovely. I can see why if they kind of washed it out a little bit more, it probably wouldn't have worked in the track. I just love really wishy-washy, verby guitar.
Like a rabid dog at communion.
Rabid dog at communion. An interesting image.
On a wing of innocence,
Oh, wing of innocence.
out of here. Surrender faith, but I'm holding red.
I gotta say, guitar's my favorite part in this one. I'm just gonna check the credits too. I just had a quick look. I was expecting to see Dom in the credits, but I don't actually see Dom Brown in the credits, so he was definitely with them on the Future Past tour. So no Dom Brown in the credits, but I have Graham Coxon of Blur, the founding member of Blur, who was the lead guitarist and did a little bit of songwriting on this album, which is quite interesting. I was actually thinking that Dom would be on this album, but instead we have Graham, and he's definitely adding a really nice touch. Simon's daughter Saffron is also on this album as, I think, a backing vocalist, and I may have missed her in some of the previous tracks, but I'll see if I can maybe listen out for her voice. I don't really recognize her voice. I don't think she's done any solo work. This is really pretty. Lovely outro. Not a top 3, but there was just something about that was really lovely and easy to listen to. I think this is my 5th tea today. We're moving on to track 10. It's called Nothing Less. That is beautiful. I have a feeling I'm gonna like this one more. Definitely feeling like subtle hints or flavor of Save a Prayer. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah, just reminds me of it. This is definitely a lot better than the last track. Oh, wow. Nothing more. Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. I just feel like I was really having a moment with that one. Just sitting here quite silently, just enjoying that one. I did like Wing, but I think Nothing Less was better than that. Is it a top 3? I'm not sure yet. We still have a little way to go. We're on to track 11 now. It's called Laughing Boy. Sorry. Why is there some kind of 90s dance influence that I feel coming through in this track? It's good. It's good. Oh. I want to crunk this up. This is a vibe. There's just something about it. The synths, do 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 do, and then Simon with his delivery of the vocals. Ooh. Oh my gosh, and the bass. Hello, hello. For this St. Jackpot score that's never gonna come. Oh. There's a bit of a dark, mysterious flavor coming through. I don't know what to expect. Oh my god. I took it on the chin, accepted grace. Yep, very unpredictable, because I was not expecting that. Okay. Okay. I was waiting for it to get more and more intense. More drums, more bass, more everything. Still, this, yep. It's like, again, the synths create this beautiful foundation, this beautiful texture. And then there's these little flourish synths that go throughout. The beat coming in was just phenomenal. I'm sorry, I'm a bit speechless right now. This track in particular is really hitting me.
Cooking fires on the beach, smoke finger in the sky. You know that's where I should be, my baby by my side. Good times from the start, remember that now.
This is juicy.
Back to old things, and that's my cue. I'm getting out in style. And all the heat that you deploy, you're left more I take, you're left more I pray.
Da 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 da. Really playing with range, and I feel like each time you get that melody going do do do, there's a few different instruments that are sort of helping make that pop. So good. Fantastic. Okay, so that's going in my top 3. That was a great track. I feel like we've burned through this album pretty quickly now. We're on to track 12. It's called Hammerhead, featuring Ivorian Doll, who I've never really heard much of before, and I don't believe I'm familiar with their music.
Bang, bang, boomerang, come search and destroy. Hitman knocking down the blue in my sky.
Love that. Hitman knocking down the blue in my sky. Loving the lyrics.
Glide by, dragon eye, see the great empty space. Man-shaped the vanities which you lay to waste. Hammerhead,
Ooh,
hammerhead.
funky.
You come show me my truth. I'm coming for you. Wearing my skin, wearing my skin, wearing my face.
Love the call and response.
What part of me has made you?
Oh,
You're mine, you're mine. You're mine, you're mine.
I do really like this one too. This album is just top notch, guys.
Shanghai bikinis aflame.
I knew I had a reason to be excited.
Close by the shore, but I wanna be rescued from this shallow uproar. Hammerhead,
I do love the lyrics.
come hammerhead. Oh, you come show me my truth.
I feel like there's a little bit of filtering on the bass.
Coming for you.
Or it could also be like a filter pedal or a filter effect. I haven't really had a chance to experiment with these kinds of things, but I just cannot wait to get a bass guitar. It's gonna be so much fun.
Marrow to your bone,
Oh.
voice set in stone. This is the inevitable, something you already know.
Hell
The pain is
yeah.
immeasurable. You're gonna pay the toll when it's all said and done. My name is written on your soul. Feel the pressure, light sink deep. I do the damage for the better. Pull the weight, leave you heavy as a feather. You're
Hell
mine,
yeah.
you're mine, we're together. Baby, it's forever.
That was really cool, the addition of that rap. Ooh.
Come hammerhead. Oh, you come show me my truth. I'm coming for you. Wearing my skin, wearing my skin, wearing my face.
Some really lush backing vocals in this track too, and I think Simon's daughter's in this one. I was trying to think, is it Simon pitched? Maybe a little bit of formant shifting or something, but I think it's his daughter and maybe some other backing vocalists, and maybe he's doubled, but call and response. Not there, but did they pan that just a little bit?
I'm coming for you.
Oh, wow. Very ASMR. Could definitely listen to her whispering into a microphone for quite a while. Hammerhead was definitely a good track. Wowie. Track 13, guys, is called Invocation. Oh, wait. Is this another interlude? Or maybe it is. It's 2 minutes long. It almost sounds like a continuation onto Hammerhead. This album, my. My gosh. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, that pad at the end. Yes, there was definitely some kind of detuning going on there too. It was haunting. It was beautiful. My gosh, yeah, that felt like they wanted that as like a bit of an interlude, but it felt like a continuation on from Hammerhead. It makes me regret not having listened to this sooner because my goodness, this is just phenomenal. 2 more tracks to go. We're going to keep powering through this, guys, and then I'll sort of give you my overall thoughts at the end as per usual. Track 14 is called More Joy featuring Chai. I love Chai. Just for a bit of background, so yes, Chai is a J-pop group. They disbanded, I think, in 2024, so last year. Interested to see what they add to the track. I can hear like this talking on the left ear, and then yeah, that really rhythmic synth is so nice in this one. Oh, nice. Doing that vocal just a moment there. Gomenasai. Chai. That's so cute. Hawaii. I love how they follow his vocal line. Ah. This one is a lot of fun. Just sounds like the members of Chai are just having a bit of a conversation in the studio and they captured it and sampled it. You know, it takes me back to Sin of the City, because the last time we had any kind of sampling, I guess, or like talking was at the very beginning of Sin of the City, and that's what it reminds me of a little bit. Did have a little bit of a J-pop flavor to it as well. It was a lot of fun, that one. I think my best friend who loves K-pop and J-pop would appreciate that track. I most definitely did. So we're on to track 15 now. It's called Falling, featuring Mike Garson, an American pianist that's worked with David Bowie, I think 9 Inch Nails, for anyone who just needed a bit of background on Mike. But yeah, jumping into track 15, Falling. There he is. Is this gonna make me cry? Probably. You know me. Oh, raw piano and synths together. Love it. And that tasty guitar. Which I think has a bit more verb dialed in.
Beach under the sun, On a white bed, what will become? Half awake and half in a dream, about falling into something. Oh, is this how it all begins?
It's always the last track on some of these albums. It's just...
With a quiet explosion within, like a raindrop falling on skin. Am I falling into feeling?
I was waiting for a beat. Yes. Bit of washy guitar.
Spend a lifetime waiting for this, on a beeline to a first kiss. For a taste of your honeydew bliss, I'll be falling into feeling summer.
Love so much about this track and the lyric. Beeline to a kiss, something honeydew bliss. Inspo.
Perfume that you wear, you're so in bloom, you're filling the air with a whisper that I wanna share. 'Cause I'm falling into something, falling to myself. You fill up the heart of me. If you know the answer, show me who I wanna be.
Gorgeous harmonies too. Yeah, it's like a little bit of a jazzy flavor coming through, and I love that. Are we gonna go like kind of jazzy now? No. I was expecting like this jazzy break. Still. Simon's vocals washing out to the background. It's like such a textbook synth pad or synth sound that Nick uses. And that just takes us to the end of the album. That just takes us right to the end. And then we still got some seconds of what I think is just silence. Oh, and then we went into serious for like 2 seconds. Doesn't have to be serious. You guys didn't hear that. That was just phenomenal. Wow. Wowee. And again, guys, thank you so much for recommending the deluxe edition. I know there was just a few subtle differences between this edition and just the regular edition, but thank you. I really understand why the fans have stuck around for as long as they have. They are masters of reinvention. They may have used sounds 40 years ago and have now repurposed them into quite a recent album that's still very catchy, hooks you in. They just keep getting better and better, and I feel like they've just bounced right back, and they are the band we all know and love so much, reinvented. That's this album, I think. There was also that lovely 80s flavor coming through with a lot of Nick's synths as well. A lot of the synths that we used on this album really gave you a blast from the past. But yes, if I have a top 3, it would definitely be Give It All Up, Future Past, and Laughing Boy. Please tell me what your top 3 are, or top 5 if you have a top 5 even. But yes, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. We are well and truly on the home stretch now with 1 album left to go. Dance Macabre, which will be our final album for the series for now. But yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There will be more Duran Duran related content. That includes a little short series or single video called The Forgotten B-Sides that I've skipped over or I've missed. I'm also gonna try and dab a few different artists throughout my series as well, so maybe one artist will branch into another. That's kind of how it's going to work, hopefully, with the future of this channel. But thank you to each and every one of you who is still tuned into this series. Thank you so much for all of your support, all the incredible things that you guys have shared with me so far. It's been so, so special. So thank you so, so much. And it really means a lot that there's just this incredible community of music lovers out there. Speaking of community, I've also opened up my Discord for anyone who would like to join, share music, share your vinyl hauls, connect with other people who love Duran Duran and love music. So if you guys want to join my Discord, the invitation link is below. But yes, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment to let me know that you've been here and that you've checked out the video. Did this album speak to you, or was it a bit of a hit and miss? Would love to hear your feedback and your thoughts on this. Thank you guys so much for joining me on another journey, and I wish you all the very, very best. Stay safe, stay cool, and I will see you guys in my next deep dive. Bye! Excuse me if you hear this through my microphone. A little bit of tea ASMR for you in my beautiful teacup. It's funny, my teapot is smaller than my teacup. That's a strange teapot to cup ratio going on there. I'm keeping the album. I always say album. And then I say album. It makes no sense. I remember when I was a kid, I used to say album a lot. So maybe it's just stuck in my head. But it's album. I'll just keep saying it all night and hopefully it programs itself into my brain.